Why play Cassiopeia Mid? Well, she has amazing sustained damage. Her late game is ridiculously good with 6 items, she has a massive AoE stun, and she can stop her opponent's mobility. However, she is very mana hungry early, and she does lack range compared to other mages. Cass's passive is she gains bonus movement speed per level, but she can't buy boots. This is because she's a snake, and snakes don't have feet. Cass's Q places a circle on the floor, and after a short delay, all enemies hit are poisoned where they take constant damage. If this hits an enemy champion, Cass gains a large burst of movement speed. Cass's W throws out a large area on the floor which lasts for 5 seconds. Enemies within are also poisoned where they take magic damage over time, but also become grounded and slowed. So enemies within cannot dash, flash, or anything to try and get out of it apart from slowly walk out of it. Cass's E is a point and click ability which deals damage to the target hit. If this kills the target, the mana cost is refunded, making it a great tool for last hitting. If this is used against a poison target, it deals bonus damage and also heals you. And this ability from level 1 has a 0.75 cooldown, meaning you can absolutely spam it on your enemies. Cass's ultimate is a cone skill shot, which deals damage to targets hit and slows them. If the enemies are facing her, in Medusa fashion, they're stunned instead. For combos, start with Q into 2 E's and your W. From here, E into your ultimate before using E into another Q and then spamming away with more E's. And as your ultimate has such a long charge up time, you can actually use the ultimate and then flash it onto your opponent. This is a great guaranteed way to stun your opponent, allowing for tons of follow-up damage. For matchups, Cassio is amazing into champions that want to dash on her as they get grounded and blended. And she can struggle against the longer range mages, bullying her from out of her range. For runes, take this. She procs Conqueror incredibly quickly. For build order, start Tear and Pot into a Rod of Ages. From here, get an Archangel and Crystal Scepter before finishing your build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start E then Q then W before maxing E then Q then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Teleport. Starting the game as Cass, your main objective is to farm hard to scale well. The more you can maximize your gold income at this point in the game, the faster you'll get your Rod of Ages, allowing you to scale hard. And of course, one of the easiest ways to farm well is by having a free lane by damaging your opponent. In the early game, you do want to avoid extended trades due to Cassio's high mana cost. But when your opponent comes up to farm, landing a Q into a couple of E's is a great trade. And with the speed up, you can quickly retreat or even chase them down if needed. When you have a few mana items, your push power is actually very strong. So pushing in your lane and roaming is incredibly viable. And where you think your ganks aren't that incredible, your W stopping enemies' flashes and dashes is lethal. Entering the mid game, your bot lane will come mid, which means your gold and experience is now in a side lane. Push it out quickly, then group up with your team. Entering late game team fights, play as the backline mage. At this stage, you have ridiculous damage, so it's all about positioning to keep yourself alive. Use W to stop anything from dashing at you, and use your speed ups to keep at max E range to spam out tons of damage. And that's how to play Cass Mid. If this video helped you, leave a like and comment below who you want to see next.